Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 16th. You have this freedom of time card. It says, the freedom to do whatever you want with your time is one of the ultimate benchmarks of an abundant life. You are the master of your schedule. You have this niche card. It says, with your unique experiences and fresh perspectives, you would do well specializing in a niche. So some of you could be becoming more specific about what you do in work or business or anything else, which would be a good thing. You are the second person to have the tower this week, and it's a good week. But I will say that on the 18th we have the Jupiter Neptune square, or whatever, and it's pretty much exact on the 18th. And so, the 18th itself, it's not really that it's like a bad day. I think it's just more weird energy, I would describe it as. So, if there's any weirdness on the 18th, I think you just have to realize that it's just weird energy. There's nothing really to say about it, and that's that. And, there you go. I don't know where I was going with that, but, just weird energy. You start with the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords, it is a good time for forgiveness. One thing I will say is that so far, all three water signs, I think, had the Three of Swords. Jupiter going into Cancer. Jupiter isn't in Cancer now. Actually, last night, it basically moved into Cancer on the 9th. And what I would say there is that Jupiter loves being in Cancer, and Jupiter in Cancer is like very nurturing and caring energy. But what that means is that us water signs, we have to also make sure we are taking good care of ourselves. So, part of that can be forgiveness, right? The Three of Swords is all about forgiveness and removing these swords from your own heart so that you can heal. The Three of Swords also just is a good card for healing. So, it's a great card for healing yourself, or for doing things to nurture yourself and take care of yourself, which I would definitely be making sure to do at this time, especially with any of the crazy heightened energy that we are experiencing as well. I haven't been wrong. I've been saying for months that this summer was going to be hot, and basically the summer started, and we're having riots and all sorts of stuff, and that's just going to continue. So it is what it is. It's not something that's worth worrying about. I think bringing more good positive energy to the world is a good thing to do right now, and healing yourself will heal the world as well. So I think that's another good thing to do. You have the Temperance card. Temperance is about turning one thing into another. It's a card of alchemy. So I think that, again, it would be a good time for you to take any negative energies and turn them positive. This could be any energy, though. I mean, it doesn't even have to be anything negative. You could be taking something positive and making it better. And that's definitely what I would do here. The other thing about the Temperance card is sometimes I think the Temperance card says, what are you waiting for? He has this path right here, and this is called the path to glory. He could easily go get that crown, but he is waiting for things to be perfect. So I think that if you're thinking about doing something in your life and you're waiting for things to be perfect, there never will be a perfect moment. So now is the time to get started there, Scorpio. Wouldn't be a Scorpio reading without the tower. I don't even know if I have to worry about this or not. I mean, literally every single reading I've been doing for you, you've been getting the tower card. Again, I've been saying for years, really, that we are in a time of global tower moments. I haven't been wrong, because I can see it in the astrology. It's pretty freaking obvious to me. I don't know why so many people are surprised, but it is what it is. And the whole point of the tower is to accept reality. So with the tower, we have to come down to reality and accept things for how they are, and we have to see the truth. And this kind of really started with that full moon that we had in May that was in Scorpio. That full moon in May was all about exposing the truth. And I literally said at that time to everyone, get ready, because, this summer is going to be spicy, and, this is only the beginning. So I think people need to pay attention. And I also think people need to heal themselves, because that's what will heal the world, right? But let's see what is going on here. With the Three of Swords, you have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, I would be careful of your emotions here as well. You have the Nine of Swords twice. Nine of Swords is like a never-ending nightmare. It can be going to bed, having a nightmare, waking up and being stuck in a nightmare. But the whole point of the Nine of Swords is that you have a choice. You can stay stuck in the bed, or you can get out. The whole point of the card is that he's in pain, but he's not in enough pain to make a change. So the card basically says, don't wait until a situation gets so painful that you're forced to change. This could be anything. Could be something you need to heal. Could be something you need to walk away from. Could be anything. With the Temperance card, wouldn't even worry about the Tower. You have the Star. Whenever we have the Star after the Tower, it basically says that you are healing from a Tower moment. So, like I said, wouldn't even worry about it. The Star can represent hope, faith, renewal, blessings, good things coming in for you. The funny thing is that in your next row, you have this card that says explosive situations. The destruction will allow new growth to emerge and shape a new future. It's almost like maybe you are seeing how something that was destroyed in your past is leading to new growth. This Star card kind of is a card of growth in some ways. She is pouring this water onto the grass right here. She is watering the earth. That water comes from the pool of universal consciousness. The whole point of the water is that it says what's possible for one person is possible for everyone. So, again, I think for a lot of you, the Star could be that you are seeing that something is possible for you to accomplish, and whatever that thing is, I would go and accomplish it. With the Tower, you have the Five of Pentacles, which you have twice in this reading. We have a lot of repeating cards here and here. Whenever this happens, like I have a card here and here and here and here, it's like this is the reading is zooming in on that Five of Pentacles, and it's giving us more detail as to like what's going on in the situation. But the funny thing is the fact that you have that King of Wands, because Five of Pentacles says do not call attention to your weaknesses. That is the solution to the Five of Pentacles. And King of Wands would be a card of focusing on your strengths. So I kind of feel like the solution to this is to focus on your strengths. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Divine Infinity card. It says challenge yourself to go beyond your limitations and you'll find your infinity. You have this Explosive Situations card. It says the destruction will allow new growth to emerge and shape a new future. So yes, definitely. I think that, if you have, I feel Scorpio has experienced like several Tower moments just because it's come up in your readings forever. And, I think this destruction could be leading to something newer and better or greater, or, could lead to improvements in your life, which of course would be a good thing with this energy. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the King of Wands, and also the Five of Wands. Those two cards wanted to come out together. Again, you have this card that says Divine Infinity. It says challenge yourself to go beyond your limitations and you'll find your infinity. The whole point of the Five of Pentacles is that you do not call attention to your weaknesses. You have to double down on your strengths. And that is how you can go beyond your infinity, right? And so I kind of feel this plus the King of Wands, I feel is saying you need to push yourself to that point where you would normally give up on something and go just a little bit further. And if you do that, I think that's where you will find your infinity. You will find your true power. You will probably also find your freedom with the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of like being set free or needing to set yourself free. So if you have been hoping to be set free from something, or if you've been hoping to release yourself from something, this definitely says that you could be releasing yourself from a challenge or a difficulty or something you've been dealing with for a long time. Four of Wands we read as a card of marriage, and yeah, sure, there could be love coming in for you. But I really feel that Scorpio is crossing a finish line here. I always say this to me is like a finish line. And I just feel like sometimes I feel like this card says you're crossing a finish line, you're getting to the other side, and you're setting yourself free. So, again, a lot of you could be setting yourself free from things that have been holding you back for a long time. And obviously that would be a good thing. Next, you have the Five of Wands and the King of Wands. Yes, King of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really making things happen. The Five of Wands is about facing the competition, which I think, Scorpio really could be doing at this time, or you need to do it. So if there is competition in anything, the King of Wands basically says you have the strength to overcome the competition, but you have to do it. And so if there is competition for anything that you want and desire, Scorpio, I would make sure that you are facing the competition like he is right here. The other thing is the Five of Wands is a really good card actually for not comparing yourself to the competition, but looking at the competition that you have in whatever area of your life you have competition, seeing what they're doing, seeing what they're not doing, and filling in the gap. If we learn from the competition with the Five of Wands, we can become very successful. So, that's what I would be doing with that Five of Wands energy. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles could be good news coming in for you for sure. By the way, if you've been having issues with money, I feel like there's something is happening this week. Like you could be getting a big opportunity. It could just be a job or a career opportunity. You end with the Ace of Pentacles. So some of you could be getting good news with finances. I also feel this could be love. I've been saying this to you for like a year, Scorpio. You are attracting someone who's been through something very similar to you. You always get the Five of Pentacles with me. It just popped into my head. You always get this card. I'm always saying to you, I feel like you are attracting a person who's been, like these two people have been through the same BS. So, again, if you're attracting love, definitely could be an earth sign. Aquarius stands out to me. Scorpio stands out to me as well. Fire as well. Could be any sign, general reading. But, I think you're attracting a person who's been through something very similar. But this could be a good thing because it could basically say they're not going to do the same thing to you. With the Four of Wands, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Very good for money. Eight of Pentacles is straightforward, diligent work. He is working on one project or one thing in front of him, and he is seeing it through to the end. This is the secret sauce for the next, many years of all of our lives. We have, Saturn and Neptune are both in Aries, and both of those energies, I think, are trying to get people to see things through to the end, specifically Saturn. So Saturn will retrograde out. Neptune will also retrograde out this year, but next year, they'll both move back into Aries. Saturn or Neptune will be in January 26th, and then Saturn will be in February of next year. They'll both move back in, but it doesn't matter. They've already been in there. So we need to make sure that if we start things, that we finish them and we see them through to the end. And that's what the Eight of Pentacles wants. But Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon, so there definitely could be more money coming in as well. With the King of Wands, you have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is quick success or quick conclusion. Very good with that King of Wands energy. I think that, being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want and making things happen will lead to success. The other thing about the Eight of Wands is sometimes I feel like the Eight of Wands is like a dog with a bone. It's like you need to be like a dog with a bone where you have one focus. There is one thing that you are accomplishing in life, and that is you are driven to make something happen. When we can develop that kind of attitude with the Eight of Wands, we are unstoppable. So in a lot of ways, I kind of feel the universe is encouraging you to become unstoppable here, Scorpio. It's like saying you need to do things to develop that level of confidence where nothing can get in your way. You're like a dog with a bone. And if you can get there with the Eight of Wands, you will accomplish things very, very quickly. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this luck and money card. You have this turtle card that says slowness and protection on it. So there is clearly luck coming in your finances, which we kind of said with the Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. The slowness and protection card, I feel, is saying that you have been protected for a while. You have the Nine of Swords, Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, there's definitely something you need to walk away from. Again, we are kind of like zooming in to this Nine of Swords because we have it over here, and this is providing us with more detail. So this could be a past situation that you are finally letting go of or finally releasing. Nine of Swords says we have a choice. We can be the bug or the windshield, basically. We can be the immovable force, or we can be the thing that gets splatted on the immovable force. So the Nine of Swords says we have to get out of bed. He is staying stuck in his situation, and he's waiting for it to get painful enough where he has no other option than to leave. But again, the card itself says don't wait for things to get to that point. You have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is spinning plates and trying to be busy. Part of me does feel that for you, Scorpio, where it's like if you're ignoring things by being busy, then that could be Nine of Swords, right? If you're, instead of processing something, you're choosing to go ignore it and, do whatever, then maybe you need to not do that. Maybe you need to process your feelings or, process a situation that happened for you. And you need to, go through the pain, And, I know that doesn't sound sexy, but, at the same time, it will be short, it will be temporary, and you will get through it. And it will get you out of the Nine of Swords energy. I only feel like that is for some of you. For others, I actually feel pretty good about this. You have the Eight of Pentacles. You have the Six of Pentacles as well. Two of Pentacles can just be a card of being very busy. But with the Two of Pentacles, usually we are busy because we're getting a result. So it's like a good thing. Usually we are getting, results for the work that we're doing with this card, and, obviously that would be good. You have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, definitely a time to walk away from things that no longer serve you. Three of Swords, Nine of Swords. The Eight of Cups, he is walking away from those 8 cups because they no longer provide him with something. Again, the Eight of Cups is my card that says do not settle. These 8 cups, they do provide him with something, but it's just not enough. It's just not right. So he is choosing to walk away from a situation that isn't right in his life, and he's choosing to walk towards something that is right. And that's basically what I would be doing with Eight of Cups is, walking away from things that no longer serve you and walking towards things that do fulfill you. He doesn't know if he's going to find fulfillment. Some people say he's walking towards the Nine of Cups, but we don't actually know that. He has no freaking clue what he's walking towards, but he's just choosing. He just knows that something isn't right. So if you have a situation in your life that isn't right, it's time to expand past it. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Three of Wands. So expansion, growth, expanding past something. I feel a lot of you could be growing a lot. Like I said, these expansion cards and stuff make perfect sense to me with Jupiter and Cancer. I think all water signs are being encouraged to expand, grow, step into new things in life, to learn new things. All that stuff would be amazing. And so that's what I would do with the Three of Wands. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords like rushing, and so no rushing at this time. The other thing about the Knight of Swords is no jumping to conclusions. And I would definitely say this week is a little weird because we have the Neptune-Jupiter square or whatever on June 18th. And so I would say that it's not really bad energy. I just think it's a little bit weird energy. And, I guess I can see how, with Neptune, it's like we could be making some decisions that aren't exactly clear or, just aren't right. So I think we need to slow it down this week and make sure we're not rushing decisions. With the Eight of Cups, you have the King of Pentacles. Pretty good in some ways. King of Pentacles like wealth and stability, or a card of building wealth. Now, one thing I will say is that the King of Pentacles is a card of convention. And convention is the enemy of progress right now, for sure. We have Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius hates convention. Convention is the way things have always been done. Pluto in Aquarius wants new things. And so, on one hand, I feel good about this for money, but on the other hand, again, I think some of the things that you could be walking away from here are just the old way of doing things, or, the way you have always handled situations in your life. And, I think it would be a good time to upgrade your skills or, do things in a different way. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Higher View card and this Merry Motive card. Yes, I think with the Star card, it would be amazing for you to get a bird's eye view on anything you're working on. The Merry Motive card is about doing things for the right reasons, and which is critically important for everyone right now. If you're doing things because you think that's what society wants you to do, or if you're doing things because you think that's what your parents want you to do, you're going to have a hard time. Now, if you are doing things because you actually want to do them, if your motive is a happy motive, you're doing things because they bring you joy and happiness and fulfillment, then you're going to have a great time. So I think that everybody needs to make sure that they are doing things for the right reasons. And the reason is your heart. You have the Queen of Cups here. The Queen of Cups I read as Scorpio. I read her as both Scorpio and Cancer, but, I've always read her as Scorpio. So, that could be your card. But, she is a card of following your heart, which I feel like you need to do. You have the Six of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Six of Pentacles is about planting seeds in a direction. This is a card of equal give and take, but I feel this is more a card of you experimenting and trying new things in life. With the Six of Pentacles, we have to plant a seed, see if it grows, see if it doesn't grow. If it grows, then we have to keep going. You have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a big-ass seed. So you are clearly taking new steps in life or moving in new directions, and I would just pay attention to what's working, what's not working, and if you do that, then things will probably go great. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Definitely could be a really solid offer for you here, Scorpio. So if you're building something new or, working on new projects or whatever, then I feel that there could be a lot of opportunity coming in for you with the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is sometimes a little bit of a challenge because the Ace of Pentacles, sometimes it just looks like an opportunity that has potential, but potential means nothing. Potential is like what we put into something is what we'll get out of it. And I feel for a lot of you that you just need to realize that, you need to put work into things that have potential because they will probably grow. But I feel really good about money in your reading, actually. Eight of Pentacles, this card, Six of Pentacles, looks pretty good. You have the Queen of Cups, which could be you showing up here in the reading. Queen of Cups wants you to value your heart, wants you to follow your heart. Now, our heart doesn't always make sense. And like I said, the Merry Motive card says it wants you to do what you want to do, not what society wants you to do. This is a major challenge with Pluto and Aquarius. It's like if your brain is telling you that you should go start raising guinea pigs, but you have a career that pays you a good amount of money, it's like obviously people are going to call you crazy for doing something that makes no sense. But that's the time that we're in. We have to follow our heart. If that is what your heart is telling you to do, then trust me, you will probably make more money over time than you ever would have at your career. But we have to take the risk of following our heart. And if you do that, again, you will be probably happy with the result. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Wands. Yeah, with the Six of Pentacles, like equal give and take. And Ten of Wands is it's good in the good stuff because it can say that you are getting very close to releasing your burdens here. But at the same time, with the Six of Pentacles, it can say that there are certain people in your life who aren't carrying enough weight, and maybe you are carrying some of their weights. I think this is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've been saying this to you for a while, Scorpio. Because I think you keep getting this card with me. I think you need to be very careful of whose responsibilities you are accepting in your life. I think you need to be very specific about what you are willing to do for people and what people deserve your time and all that other stuff. So, again, I would be careful. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Justice card. I kind of just feel karma on this card. For some of you, sorry I dropped it. For some of you, I feel this is like karma. You're getting positive karma for things you've been through, or you're getting rewards for the challenges that you've been through. And with that Ace of Pentacles, so I kind of just feel good about this. I feel like this is balance coming in for you, and you're balancing things out in your life. But I also feel this could be a karmic reward from the universe with that Ace of Pentacles. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Page of Cups. Definitely could be a new love offer. Definitely could be an earth sign. It could be any sign. This is a general reading, but the Page of Cups could be a love offer or an admirer coming in for you. I feel like this could be a very good connection, much better than probably what you have been dealing with, which is great. That's pretty much that. You have this Flute card. It says disappointment in a friend or a lover. I feel like this is what I was talking about with that Ten of Wands, because I'm pretty sure in a lot of your past readings I've been saying that it's maybe you count on people sometimes, but it's then you find out you can't. And, I feel like this is saying you need to be careful of whose responsibilities you're accepting. You have this hand card. It says in need of help, assistance, or guidance. Yeah, if you need help, asking the right people for help will be important for you. So finding the right people who can lift you up and paying attention to those people would be a good idea. You have this Dark Man. It says dealings or relationships with a man with dark complexion or hair. You have this Broken Ring. It says parting of the ways, either in romance or business. Tower, Five of Pentacles. I feel like this is something that's been going on for a long time. I feel with the Three of Swords, this is something that has needed to be released. So if this part of the message is for you, you probably already know that this is something that has to be let go of. And it could be anything, but, there you go. Can't make this up. You have this haystack. It says karma, you will reap what you have sown. I'm telling you right now, there is a karmic reward coming in for you. I think this is you've earned some sort of reward or, something. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles isn't necessarily karma, but sometimes I feel like the Eight of Pentacles is work that you've done. It's you're getting money or a reward for work that you've already done. And so definitely could be positive karma. You have this Teardrops card. It says great personal sorrow on it. I think you need to get out of your head. It's the universe wants you to be happy, but I feel there's so much garbage that you've dealt with for years now, Scorpio, that it's time to heal. The Nine of Swords is saying, I'm not trying to sugarcoat this for you, Scorpio, because I don't think it's been easy necessarily, but I think the Nine of Swords is saying it's time to get happy. It's time to, yes, you've had some garbage things happen to you, but at a certain point you have to heal and move past it. I think it's time. But this looks pretty interesting. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.